For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you a review on a Vango Orava tent. So they do two different sizes, a 500XL and a 600XL. So it's a really impressive model, and certainly it's something we've done for the last couple of years, and it's been probably one of our best selling pole tents that we've done. Mainly because for the price, what the size you get and the versatility of it, it's absolutely class. So it's a sort of free zone tent, so you've got a sleeping area, a living area, and then sort of a nice big open canopy area as well, with the ability of the zip down door to make it completely enclosed. So it's really good at hitting those 3 points there. Joys of it as well is actually it's decent sort of size when it's packed up, and with its being fiberglass poles, it's pretty darn easy to pitch. Me and my colleague, it's probably more of a two-person job, have pitched this model, so you can check out that on our YouTube and our website on how easy it is to go up and down. It's all about the method. So do check it out. They do try and make it as easy as possible by colour coordinating the poles. So things like there's a little tab just above here, and there'll be a point in the section which will be colour coordinated, so it'll be a red or black or sort of orange, just to help it, like I said, make it easier to know what pole goes where. So when you have it all flat out, you don't go, what's that? So the joys, like I said, is it's incredibly versatile to the point that you can actually chop and change it as you please. So this sort of front door here, it's actually in two parts. One part we've actually rolled up just here, but the second part can do so as well to make this feel like a big, nice, open canopy area. The door actually, you can actually, if you want to, is zip them down, put them on king poles. They've got eyelets, it creates you almost like a little mini canopy. Admittedly, the king poles will be an extra purchase, but for 20 quid, just gives you that extra point you can actually make your tent. They use a really nice sort of quality fabric, so it's a 70 denier, 4,000mm, high shade head, so nice and waterproof. Like I said, it's one tent that's been probably our best seller for the last couple of years, and I can certainly see why. We do an extensive sort of package deal on this, which includes sort of a footprint and then the official Orava carpet. So yeah, again, really good scope there, and a great opportunity to get all the extras for a very incredible price. One thing we'll talk about when we go inside is a bit more about sort of the features of it, regarding sort of the layout. Admittedly, the 500XL is sort of a new size range for the 2017 season, but for me, I feel the 600XL's got more legs. In terms of spending a little bit more, you tend to get a lot more in terms of internal space, and so the extra person, not only width but depth, really makes quite a massive difference. But we'll have a little bit more of a look inside and talk about a few features. So now we're inside the Orava, you can sort of see a bit more clearly the different sections inside the tent. So you've got, like I said, the sleeping area at the back, the main living area, and this nice big sort of open canopy area. So as you can see from the outside, you've got beautiful windows across the canopy area, offering plenty of light inside. So being a canopy area, this one's actually quite deep. The 500XL, which is one I'm in now, admittedly obviously is a bit smaller all the way around than the 600XL. Like I said, personally, I would spend a little bit more money and get that model. Just I feel it's got a lot more scope, but the 500XL is not too bad in the range either. So the beautiful, obviously, PVC windows allows plenty of light in here, and you've got decent sized depth to the canopy, which also you can put cooking equipment and things like that inside. Walking through into sort of the living area, the divider between is pretty much fixed, but you've got PVC windows running at the front and obviously on the side to allow light inside. So everywhere inside the sort of canopy area, actually it's got toggled curtains, so you can get obviously the privacy when you want to. On the front door, you've actually got a mesh part here. So the purpose being you can actually zip that up, allow a good circulation of air to come in and out without having to worry about sort of bugs and critters and that lot coming inside. Yeah, again, with the sort of the front canopy, which is obviously protects this flat fronted door, even if it starts raining, you can still get a good circulation of air. So it's in a thunderstorm or something like that. Joys of it, if it starts chucking it down with rain but still quite humid, you can keep yourself cool with the wind, but not have to worry about necessarily all the water coming inside the sewn-in ground sheet as well. One thing that's quite a major change for the 2016 season to 2017. So last year's model was actually higher spec'd. So what they've actually done, due to sort of the price increases they've had to put models up by, they've actually de-spec'd this a little bit just to keep it at the price point it needs to be to make it such a good value tent. So principle being is things like the curtains are actually, rather than being zip up and down, which they were for 2016, they are actually now toggled. So again, it's just saving small bits of cost like that, which means the price pretty much stays as it is. Other things they've actually changed as well from last year to this year. They've actually removed the pelmet along the top as well as the storage pockets down the side. So I say going forward, that's always going to be the case now, so it's always going to be like this. Like I say, this being the 500XL, you've got sort of a 3 berth there and a 2 berth there. The 600XL, which is the better model, has got sort of a separate 2 berth and a 4 berth with a 2 divider. So you can make it sort of a 2, 2 and a 2, or a 2 and a 4 in the 600 if you wanted to. For us, if you were looking to get sort of the better spec model into the 600XL, we do still actually have some left as well. So throughout, certainly the start of the season for the 2017 season, you will be able to get the better model at a credible package price. So including the official Orava carpet and also the official Orava footprint, which has the extra part on the front, which will actually allow it to, if you want to zip that front canopy area down, it keeps it all nice and condensed, and it means you can have it as a sort of complete area. So the ground sheet doesn't actually come included, but it's another reason why you should buy the footprint. Really, in my opinion, you should buy a footprint with any tent which has a sewn-in ground sheet, just because it keeps the base clean, dry, and certainly not muddy. Carpets are still an option extra for things like this. Like I said, with our package deal, we're including a carpet as well as a footprint in with a price. You can still buy a sort of universal one or the official one like we've currently got at the moment. One thing certainly is apparent, certainly with the 600 model, is the sheer amount of space you have inside of it. So even, say me being 6'2", 6'3", I can stand up, even the 500 actually, more than less anywhere inside the tent itself. So even when you get to the sleeping area, no problem whatsoever. And mainly when you get 600XL, you've probably got a lot more room above you, which is a nice thing, because of the height, it makes, even though it's a fairly adequate pitch size, it makes the tent feel a lot more spacious. And certainly with the beautiful green colour that you've got with the Orava, it makes it feel light, bright and airy inside. You've got 3 doors in a living area, so obviously 1 into the canopy area and sort of 2 either side. So one thing you can do is obviously open this up. If the wind's coming from a certain direction, you can chop and change it as you please. Like I said, yet again, for the 2017 season, these doors don't have mesh on them. There's only 1 door which has mesh, and that's the front one because it's canopied. Like I said, on last year's model, which we've currently got a few left of, either side, you can get the door with the mesh panels in both of them as well. Like I said, mainly it's just down to try and keep in the price point where it needs to be to make it such a good value that it is. The actual ventilation panels have been slightly increased for the 2017 season, just to help with condensation and give a nice circulation of air, keep it nice, fresh and airy inside of the tent. But in essence, really good model. Still got loads of features involved as well. So even though you've still got things like hanging points for lanterns, you've got 1, 2, 1 in the canopy and a 3 here. You've still got things like Velcro to put the cables to. So even though they strip back on certain features to keep the price point where it needs to be, they have still included the main things that everyone needs. Things like cable entry points, you know. If you've got a mobile mains hookup, you want to still have somewhere you can trail the cable through. So you've got sort of points down the bottom which allow you to do so without leaving the door open all the time. Like I said, using the sort of the good quality fabric they do, it's actually something that's going to last, you know, a fair amount of time. You can look at buying, if you want to make it bigger, side extensions to go on it, just to get an extra level of room and space. And certainly if you wanted to buy it and actually you thought, actually we want to expand, put somewhere else for a kitchen and things like that, it's a great option extra to certainly consider. So that's something you can always do further on down the line. But like I said, in essence, really positive model. For me, like I said, the 600 model is probably the better than the 500, just down to versatility, space it offers for you, and not for an awful a lot of money extra. So in essence, that really is everything for the Vango Orava 500XL and then the 600XL.